Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar, Saving Water Improving Tour, the Ulzama Golf Club Experience with HYDROBALL. My name is Elena and I will be moderating this session. Thank you all for joining us. We are thrilled to have participants from across Europe, including many greenkeepers and turf professionals. Today we will be hearing from Joaquín Berjano, Director of Course Maintenance of Ulzama Golf Club in Navarra, Spain. Joaquín will share how HYDROBALL technology has helped improve water management and turf performance on their 18-hole course, nestled in a centuries-old oak forest. The presentation will last about 25 minutes, followed by a short question and answer, so please feel free to send your questions in the chat during this session. Hello, Joaquín. How are you?
Thank you very much, Elena. It's a pleasure to be here with you and all of you. And yes, as you say, I'm the head greenkeeper of Golf Ulzama. And I'm going here to share with you and the spectators our experience with hydroballs and the savings, how they use to improve our quality and savings that we achieve with the use of this device.
Okay, it's a pleasure, Joaquín. So I'm going to talk about the content of this webinar. So we are going to start watching an introductory video so you can see where the Ulzama is located. And then we will talk about the characteristic of this golf course. Then we will talk about the objectives of this association with HYDROBALL. And then we'll talk about the results and so on. So let's start watching the video.
La finca tiene 70 hectáreas, pero verdaderamente de lo que es zona regable, del campo de golf, las calles, tees, ante greens, suma un total de 37 hectáreas. Pues el césped es un ser vivo que está influenciado por todos condicionantes atmosféricos y de estreses bióticos también, enfermedades y demás, entonces hay que mantener unos niveles de calidad que garanticen que tú puedes jugar, y lo que intentas en el campo de golf es que cada vez tengas consistencia en las superficies. Me refiero que los greens tengan una rodadura de la bola uniforme, consistente, las calles estén segadas, estén firmes, la bola cuando caiga en una calle no se entierre, ruede. Bueno, ese es el día a día, continuamente, todos los días son diferentes en un campo de golf. Existe también en el campo de golf, lógicamente, una zona que es de jardinería. No meramente solo lo que es la gestión de las superficies de juego. La idea es implantar también las hidrobolas en esas áreas para que se gestionen de manera diferente que el resto del campo. Bueno, en principio esa es la idea, más que nada es controlar las superficies y que se riegue en cada una de ellas lo necesario, que se sepa cómo se está comportando para saber si tiene actividad o no tiene actividad la planta, si tenemos riesgo de enfermedades o no tenemos riesgo de enfermedades. Si existe, en este caso en la Ulzama no hay problemas porque la calidad del agua es buena y llueve mucho, pero en otros campos hay problemas de salinidad y la hidrobola te da ese dato, te va avisando y entonces actúas si necesitas hacer lavados o tratamientos para esa limpieza de sales. Gracias a la hidrobola podemos gestionar mejor el campo. Conociendo la realidad de lo que está pasando en el suelo, la hidrobola es espectacular, la cantidad de información que te da es el futuro.
Okay, so I think that the video has given you a great idea of the characteristics and the location of this golf course. But Joaquín, could you tell us a little bit more about the characteristic of this golf course?
Yes. The Ulzama Golf Course is located 25 kilometers northwest of the city of Pamplona. Pamplona is more famous because of its fiestas and running of the bulls, everybody knows that. And this course is on the north side of 25 kilometers from Pamplona. The course, as you can see on the video, it was shaped on a forest of oaks. It's in a climatic transition zone between the Pyrenees Mountains and the central plateau of Spain. So you can have an average of 1,400 millimeters rainfall in the field as an average per year. But at the same time, you can have harsh summers with a lot of sun and high temperatures that can reach 35, 40 degrees in July and August. So it's a mix of between a mountain golf course and a two golf course. It's a very demanding and difficult golf course maintenance. The golf course is a private, 18 holes, were built in 1966. The first 9 holes were built in 1966 by the Spanish architect, Javier Arana, one of the best architects of Spain. And the second 9 holes were built 20 years later, in 1989. But following the directions that they left Mr. Arana, who passed away. The total area of the course of the field is around 70 hectares. But as you can see on the pictures, that most of them are occupied by trees. So we only have 36 hectares of irrigation.
And what was the biggest water-related challenge of this golf area?
The course, when they built the course, they didn't care about the irrigation. They said, okay, this is a place where the rainfall falls every year, all the year. So we didn't think about the irrigation. The irrigation started to build in 1986, with the construction of the second horse. And the irrigation system is a Hunter, it's from Hunter industry. And it was built as a gardening irrigation. The main, the system is with blocks, with 4 or 5 sprinklers per valve. Throughout the course, we have the I-25 model sprinkler. And even on the tees, if they are not very wide, we use the famous PGP sprinkler of Hunter, famous PGP. So it's not a real golf course irrigation. It's more like a garden irrigation, but with 36 hectares. The pumping, we knew that in this last 3 years because it was very, very old. And today consists of 3 vertical pumps of 60 cubic meters of flow, and also a jockey pump, a small pump of 30 cubic meters of flow to compensate for small consumptions. Each pump has right now, each pump has a variable frequency drive, and the entire system is monitored, so we can check and we can act on the systems anytime, online, wherever we are.
So, as you say, you don't have water supply problems. So, however, you do have other problems such as drainage or achieving that uniform firmness and playability across the entire course. Did you use any other device before HYDROBALL?
Yes, as you said, we don't have problems with water. Even we don't pay for the water. We take the water directly from the river. It grows by Ulzama River. So, and we have an annual consumption of 125,000 cubic meters per year. And even we use, the highest that we use is 80,000 cubic meters per year. So we don't have any problem with supply water or even river. But the problem is that during summertime, with these high temperatures, the course suffer from that because the grass, I will tell you that the grass, the main grass on the course is Poano, it's 100% Poano, fairways, tees, approaches, and rough. Greens, we have a mix of Poano and Agostis. As you know, and most of our listeners know, maintain a Poano, a golf course during summer is one of the most challenging tasks you can afford with being a greenkeeper. So, especially with this type of irrigation, we have blocks of 4 or 5 sprinklers per block, and sometimes it's very difficult to maintain an uniformity especially on the slope areas.
So you were using TDR?
Yes,
right?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't ask you. Yes, we were using TDR many years ago, at least 5 or 7 years ago, and yes, we measure, especially on greens, the dry spot areas, or even the hours, taking some measurements around the greens. But we found that these are instant readings, and we were demanding more readings in the long term, and also continuously. So when HYDROBALLs appeared in our hands, we were delighted to have a device that we could see what is happening all the time on the course.
Okay, so I know that there were 2 steps or 2 phases of the HYDROBALL implementation. So could you tell us more about the main objectives of these steps?
Yes. When we decided to start this project with the HYDROBALL, our idea was how we can improve the turf quality on the course, especially in summer. As you see on the video, that video was filmed in winter time, and everybody can see that the course was wet, fairways was wet, and so people, the members of this golf course in summertime, they desire to have a firm and consistent golf course. So the problem was to know how to manage the irrigation to survive for annual good fairways, but at the same time have a firm consistency surface. The first idea was to we know for our experience areas of the course that they behave with as dry areas or wet areas or standard areas. So the main objects of this using the HYDROBALLs was to know the behavior of those areas, how they behave, how they respond to different episodes of rain or irrigation, and wind or water field capacity or routine points, so we can adjust our irrigation times to preserve that surface on the best shape possible. One of the things we like most about the HYDROBALL is that it not only gives you moisture data, it also gives you the tension, water tension. And using those parameters together, you can see how the soil behaves, and you can adjust your irrigation. The idea was the first step to identify how the soil behaves. And the second one was how we can improve the quality of the surface. So we use now we have found around 50 hydroballs in the field, of course. 5 are on greens. One is on one approach. 2 are on tees, and 7 are on fairways. As I told you, we know which areas of the course behave as a dry, wet, or standard, and we use the Hunter program. Hunter has a very good program, and you can do a lot of things. And one of the best things that we do was to categorize the stations.
Yes, the assistant could see in the picture.
Yes, any color of that is how those stations behave. And so you can tell the program to irrigate only dry areas, everything, or just dry and standards and not wet areas. So you can manage with a high level of quality the irrigation. With the results of HYDROBALL, we put on several of these hydroballs in these areas, different areas, trying to get a broad approach of the course. And you can adjust the taking measurements from the hydroballs. You can adjust more specifically the days where you shoot on the irrigation, or you can shoot off. Not only the times, you can adjust the time, of course, but also you can say, okay, this today, or maybe tomorrow, watching the readings of the hydroballs through the app, we can decide it, okay, tomorrow we only going to irrigate the dry spots and no one else. So in that case, we have a lot of improvements.
Okay.
Our type of irrigation is with AT. We measure the AET, the evapotranspiration potential, through a weather station that is nearby, of course. So we've got a very complete weather station, so we can take the ET from there, and we try to replenish the 85% of the ET in its airbase.
Okay, so in summary, thanks to the use of the hydroballs, you were able, first of all, to accurately categorize the golf course into different areas according to their behavior, and so subsequently, you were able to optimize irrigation by being able to decide whether it was necessary to irrigate the entire golf course, or only, as you say, maybe in 1 week you irrigate only twice a week the dry areas, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we have results now. Let's look at these results of saving water in more details. And now what we have in the screen, it is a graph about the water consumptions and the potential water savings. Go ahead, Joaquín.
Yes. As you can see on the graph, we do these calculations based on theoretical data extracted from the Hunter program, not really from the flow of the pumps, because as I told you before, the pumps were renovated this year, and before we didn't have any kind of measurement of consumption. This the way that it was, and now we can do that. But this
next year,
for the next days, we can confirm this data. These are extracted from from Hunter program, and this data shows that if the savings that you can achieve if you irrigate only the dry spots areas or the whole course. For instance, if we irrigate only the areas that we categorize as dry, with this calculation from the program, we can determine that it was a saving of approximately 40% of saving work. But that is almost, maybe one day you can do that, or 2 days, or even 3 days, but it's impossible during high summer, hot temperatures to only irrigate the spot because you need water. You need to replenish 85 of.
We are in
Yes.
Spain a lot, but we also need to.
Yes, and you need to replenish at the 80% of the ET at least. So you can apply. You have to apply water if it's not natural rainfall. But if you say that you can use this reduction just only the dry spot, irrigate or dry spot, you can save a decent value of 80% of savings. So on water is a lot. Electricity, you have to pay for it, and also in electricity consumption, because you have to pay for it to work the pumps. If you can save 3 days, the savings up to 26%. So it's a very amount of water. It's a lot of amount of water that you save.
What did you do this summer, for example, in Ulzama? Did you irrigate twice a week only the dry zones, or 3 days per week, or what did you do most?
It's almost impossible to make a schedule.
Okay.
My greenkeeper and I, we watched the application of HYDROBALL day by day, and we decided at night what is going to be the irrigation for tomorrow. And if we check that the levels of standard zones and humid zones are okay, we just irrigate the dry spots. Sometimes, as I told you, sometimes it's are 3 days, maybe because the humidity of the day is high and the consumption is not as high as a dry day. But at least one or 2 days of the week, we only irrigate the dry areas. The dry areas you have to irrigate daily, because as you can see later, the levels are very, very low, very, very low.
And has the quality of the turf and the playability been improved?
Yes, of course. Members love it. They can they can hit a long drive and ball runs instead of stay on the place where it runs in winter. Summer the course gets shorter because they can hit longer drives, so they love it. And also the consistency of the course. You don't find wet areas or dry areas. It's consistent, and we like to have a firm surface.
So we can conclude that in these 2 years,
yes,
that we were using HYDROBALL,
yes,
the players love Ulzama because they're improving.
Yes, I think they're happy.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to hear that.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. We have now 2 different graphs. Here. Okay. Here in the screen, we can see 2 different graphs.
Yes.
Joaquín is very familiar with these graphs because he used to use this graph every day.
Yes.
As you said. So here we can see, for example, the dry zone. We can see the volumetric water content and the water tension in the first graph. Yes. Okay. And in the second graph, we can see also the optimal working rate.
Yes.
For example, and then in the other graphs, this one is the same,
Yes.
but in a standard zone.
Yes.
What can we see here?
It's very important that HYDROBALL allows you to watch water content, volumetric water content, and as well as another graph. In this case, you can the upper graph, you can see the volumetric content related with the water tension.
Okay.
And it's very important because sometimes it's not the humidity you have on the fields. It's a water tension, but it's on the field, and it's the roots are able to get those water. And the graph below is very important. It's very, very important that even that the HYDROBALL tells you what type of soil you are, thanks to these ceramic piece. I say that it's up to you, that you decide what ranges you want to stay. Maybe the HYDROBALL tells you that you are in a silt clay soil, and the wilting point is over 21%. But as we put these balls not just in the root zone, especially with poor animal, because it has a very shallow roots. They're also they are up. Most of the time they are over the HYDROBALL. So the HYDROBALL is measuring below the roots, but they give you an idea what is happening on the field. So maybe those don't take those values for granted. It's only a reference. But for the year, you will be able to see how the graph is going, and you can define very clearly what the water field capacity is, what is the saturated point, and also the wilting point. And you can use it to turn it off, the alerts, to tell you if something is going below those values, and you know what is going to happen.
Yeah, it is true that it's very important to know the one hand, to know the behavior of the soil, and then we need to go there and see how the turf is, yes, the quality of the turf.
Of course, visual.
You can't work from home.
Not yet.
Now it's yeah.
Not yet.
But I think that you are not going to work from home, never.
No,
but
as we greenkeeper, we love to be on the field.
But it is true that this tool will help you,
yes,
in order to take decisions. But it is very important, as you say, to take decisions, taking into account the data.
Of course.
Yeah. And now it is important to highlight that in Ulzama, yes, and with POA, it is true that the depth of the roots are like 5 centimeters.
Yes.
And we always recommend to install the HYDROBALLs in the root zones. But sometimes, as in your case,
yes,
it is impossible,
yes,
because we need some turf,
yes,
3-4 centimeters in order to maintain the quality of the turf. But it is true also that also with the HYDROBALLs, we can have the behavior, and you can do your maths,
yes, in
order to take decisions.
Yes. So
this is a good point, because a lot of customers, it is true that maybe they have maybe not POA, but another species of grass, and they have longer roots. But in your case, and I think that, yes, I believe that there are a lot of customers that are in your same case, yes, but it is important to highlight that, yes, it is also, yes, useful.
I think that the versatility of this device is that you can use it for any subject that you have. For instance, if it's not our case, but if I had I expected to have salt issues on my greens, I would put two of these balls in the same place, but in different areas, one above of the other, to see if the water is percolating or not. What we're doing? We use that when we apply water agents, waiting agents, and see how they behave, if they work or not. And yes, any course is different, and you have different grasses, so you know where are your roots, and you have to put these on the roots as close as possible to the roots. In our case, for Anua, there is no more than five. Five is even longer for Anua during the summer. So you have to at least. You cannot say that I'm going to irrigate heavy and sparse every 2 days. No. You have to irrigate it every day if you want to take it to survive, because it only has those little roots.
Okay, so let's go through the
conclusions.
No? Yes, conclusions. Here, conclusions.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Well, what conclusions have you drawn from using HYDROBALL over these 2 years? I think we were talking about this webinar, but I want you to highlight the.
Yes. They give you, you said on the presentation, it provides you an hydraulic X-ray. What is that? It gives you the picture of your soil. You measure the volumetric content, measure the water tension, and with those values, you can take what's the characteristic of soil water curve. Sometimes, as I said, you can use it or not, but they give you an idea, and it's accurate. It's true that it's that, but maybe they are telling you that you have a clay soil, but you don't have roots on those soil clay soils. You have roots only on the upper zone, so it's more sandy or whatever. So you can, with those data, you can start to see what are the ranges of the thresholds for storage capacity or optimal irrigation. Also, it's objective. It's an actionable planning. You can put it wherever you want. It's easy to install. Very easy to start with a hole cutter. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you do it on purpose, but it has the shape of it. For a hole cutter, so you can dig a hole and put it on wherever you want. Mm-hmm. And also you can standardize those zones and use it on your irrigation program to irrigate by category. The water savings are important, as I told you. Maybe in other cases you don't care about water savings, you care about other things. But in our case, even if we have a lot of rainfall, natural rainfall, and even if we don't have to pay for the water, we try to be as sustainable as possible, and we want to save. We want to maintain our costs as sustainable as possible. So water savings means fewer pumps, lower energy costs, and greater sustainability. And also improve your turf quality and consistency. You don't have wet areas, you have more average golf. Everybody knows when he's on the tee, he knows what is going to happen on the fairways, not to find wet areas or very hard surface. It's a simple device. You can take real time data. You can activate or exclude every sector, whatever you want. You can move from this place to the other, and
it's 4-in-1.
Yes, absolutely 4-in-1. And And this, you say that there is truly data-driven management. Is that we moved for fixed calendars and decisions. Before the hydroballs, we say we irrigate the fairways, we don't irrigate the fairways. Don't irrigate tonight. Maybe on the next day you find, oh my God, I should have to irrigate this fairway because it gets too dry. And with Poano, if you miss that, you lost it, and you not recover that. If Poano gets dry, you will not recover it until the autumn or even winter. So you can use this to based on sensors and ET, and you reduce your day-to-day on sensor ET decisions. It's very difficult.
So would you recommend HYDROBALL to other golf courses managers?
No, it's only for me. It's only for me. Sorry, but I want all of them. Of course, absolutely. It's an amazing device. I love it. If more you get into the HYDROBALL, more you get addicted to it. We put alerts on that, but we every day we check what is happening, and it makes you think about other different things, how they soil on greens, how is the water coming in, the velocity of the infiltration, you have to improve it to aerate the greens or not. In winter, you can use it for temperature to frosts. And we have, luckily, we don't have problems with salts. I know that in many courses, they have problems using effluent water. It's going to be a problem in the future, the accumulation of salts. So this device can help you to manage those issues.
Great. Well, thank you, Joaquín, for sharing those insights and results.
You're welcome.
I don't know, do we have questions? Okay. We have a few minutes.
Don't make it too difficult.
Okay, first question. Was that 15 HYDROBALLs deployed across the course?
We 7 of them we put it on purpose, and we have 3 on dry areas, 2 on standard areas, and other 2 in the wet areas. On greens, we have 5. We would love to have 8 HYDROBALLs, each for every green, and at the beginning we put it on the dry spot areas, but it was not a good idea. We realized that because if you are managing only that data, you will irrigate more than necessary. So we realized that even what localized dry spots are. It's a natural thing that happens on the greens, and so we decided after several months of readings, we decided to put it on the standards area, the average. It gives you an average idea of the green, because we know that every day in summertime you have to go and make a manual hand irrigation of it. So, but we don't want it to have saturated greens. We have firm consistency. We prefer to have hard surface than work with a hail cut. We don't even roll below 3.5 millimeters in summer, but we keep the greens harder and all rolls very fast, very well.
So you find interesting to install HYDROBALLs greens?
Yes, greens and any surface that you can manage. Also tees. Usually we don't have problems with tees, but they give you an idea what's happening there. And also approaches. So yes, it's the idea would be have a HYDROBALL in every surface that you wanna check.
How do you? Well, this is a very good question.
Yes.
How do you mark the HYDROBALLs to ensure they are not damaged during turf maintenance?
You can answer that.
No.
Well, yes, it's a very good question.
A very important thing.
We damage some of the, we make the mistake. The hydroballs are located with coordinates. How do you call it? North and south.
Yes.
Yes.
Like Google Maps.
Maps. Yeah. Good
Like
grades. Yes.
Another lab.
Yes. And also, it's very important that it works with these devices to find metals on the ground.
Yeah.
How do you call it? I don't know. But you can buy it, a very metal detectors. Yes, absolutely. You can buy a very cheap one from these Chinese companies, and it works. It works. But you have to know where is around, because the grass grow, and sometimes you need to, and also with a punch and how you call it, a needle
Yes.
to put, or a screwdriver to find it. But yes, but even with that, especially in greens, one day our personnel who was doing the irrigation, he doesn't sleep very well, and next morning he punched three.
Yeah, but I think that if the people who works there, the greenkeeper, of course, but the people who work to maintain the golf course, I think if they believe in hydroballs, it's very simple. They believe in the irrigation.
Yes.
And the pump station. I think that this is very important to believe in hydroballs. Yes. Also, you, the greenkeeper, and the people who work there.
Yeah.
If they believe in it, they are going to take into account that there is a hydroball there.
The irrigation technicians who works with us, he knows where are the hydroballs. And so when he takes, we continually take TDR measurement to check, sometimes just to check if it's the measures are similar. And also, he knows where they are, and so he knows that he has to irrigate that areas, especially if we are not turning on the irrigation of that night for the greens. He goes there to irrigate that areas and see what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Third one. Do you use any additional measuring devices on top right now? You said that you were using TDR.
Yes, it's common. Yes. We use TDR. The TDR gives you an instant measure. If you see, it's very funny because if you use only TDR, you get an instant measure of what is happening there, and it's very real and it is very useful. But if you see the graph of the hydroball during the summer day, variations in the humidity change a lot. And maybe if you take the measurement of around 4 hours after rain irrigation, you can say, okay, I'm safe. I'm going to go home and turn my irrigation. But if you see the irrigation curve at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you get crazy. You turn out the irrigation.
I was talking yesterday, this week, with the greenkeeper, Ulzama, and he said that before the coffee and after the coffee,
yes,
he took the measure and it changed a lot.
It changed, yes.
And he didn't understand that.
Yes.
He was thinking about, okay, it's going to last at least 2 hours. And so if you compare it, the measure with the behavior and all the dynamics,
it's more. I think it's more important to see the trend of the curve than that the measure.
Yeah. So if you are using hydroballs in some dry zones and standard zone, do you use the readings as reference points for the whole course?
Yes, when I use there are more standard zones luckily on our coastline dry thumbs.
You are lucky.
We are lucky, yes. So we use the standard thumb as a average measure for the course. So yes, if the average thumb is okay, also the wet thumbs or the humid thumbs are even sometimes even higher. But we only irrigate the dry zones. But as a measure of average of the whole course is a standard. Yeah.
Yeah, it is important first of all to sensorize the golf course, categorize it.
Yes.
Then
yes. And if you don't know it, you can use the HYDROBALLs to do that.
Like
if you,
in order to do a map.
Sometimes we believe in things that we are not sure about that. You put one HYDROBALL compared to another and decide if that wasn't
wrong.
Maybe you were wrong. Sometimes yes, we have a very good eye. Sometimes we don't.
Do you change the location of the HYDROBALLs? Woof.
Yes. Yes.
Why?
Yes, because one time, because there is a funny story about that. We put a HYDROBALL on a fairway and we categorized it as a wet thumb. You remember? And it was a wet thumb. But when we were working with, we have a lot of work in this course with drainage, and we are continually digging trench to drain the course. So we found a very old drainage. It was collapsed with the soil, and what we found the end of that drainage, and we opened it, and it started working again. So after 1 month or two, that area it never gets a wet area again. So that HYDROBALL wasn't useful for us. So we decided to move it to put it on a dry spot, or change the categorizing in the station of the irrigation program, and also with the program of the PA. And also in greens, we move it from dry spot to standard zone, because if you are always measuring the dry spot, you will get crazy. You're never going to sleep well, because all night we were going to send you an alert.
Yeah.
You have to go irrigate every day in the sun. Yes.
This is very easy to install.
Yes.
And to take it out.
Yes.
So maybe today your problem is one, and maybe 1 year.
Yes.
After that,
next month.
maybe, or next month, or tomorrow, your problem is another one.
One. Yes.
Maybe now salinity is not your problem, but maybe.
And you store the data, isn't it?
Yes.
You store the data, and you can check anytime when this ball was in this place, what it was with its behavior, so forth.
Yes, the data remains on another app.
Yeah.
Yep. After what period of time do you have enough data?
You never have enough data. It's an additive.
Good answer.
We've been always related with what was happening in this field. For instance, we have an experience in that in one green, it was on the highest point of level of the course. Was the 11th green. When we start to, we was one of the first HYDROBALL we start.
Okay.
We start to install 3 HYDROBALLs.
Yes.
Just to see what happened. What happened. The 3 next month we buy 3 more.
And now you are addicted.
And we have 18, and now we run another 80. But in this green, it's still there, the HYDROBALL. And in the first years, the HYDROBALLs, we say, okay, it's good. We can manage this green with these levels, with those ranges.
The optimal range.
The optimal range is working very well. But this year, we start to see that, come on, what happened with the green? It's getting wetter. What happened? It's not working. The drainage, we check the drainage, it works. But we realized that as we changed the pump, with the pumps before, we didn't have enough pressure to get the 5 kilos per centimeter that you need to work properly the irrigation. So it will be less than 5. But now with these pumps that are new, we get that pressure. So it irrigates more than before without it move or without change anything else. So thank you to the HYDROBALL. We say, okay, we'll have to reduce the time, the daily time, or even the days to get those levels, low those levels. So
it is important also to have HYDROBALL and also the Nodal app in order to know the effect of your work.
Yeah.
Yes. Because maybe you don't think about, okay, I'm going to change it.
Yes.
You think the behavior of the soil is going to be the same, and the volumetric water content, the water tension, I'm sure that it's going to be the same.
Yeah. No. It changed with the years. So organic matter accumulation or whatever, or even a problem with your drainage. So it's better that you get looking frequently. So even in winter, because it's very important to see what are the saturated levels, and you never know. So
never, related to the question, never it is enough data. But it is true. I want to say something that we recommend to first of all install the HYDROBALL, and then 2 weeks after the installation. Then we start to analyzing the data.
Yes.
Because we need the soil to stabilize.
Yes.
So the very first and second week, we don't take into account this data. We used to start to analyze the data 2 weeks before the installation.
And you told me that you can adjust the measurements, that it takes every 15 minutes, every 1 hour, anytime that it changes a percentage of the level. So you can decide if you want to get readings as fast as frequently as possible. Or
you can change the period of activation. Okay. You can have measurements 1 hour each hour, or you can set the activation, the period, like to have a measure each 15 minutes.
It does affect the live battery?
Yes,
the life of
course. Of
batteries,
course. No? See, yes, we said if the quality of the signal it's okay. So we have HYDROBALL NB-IoT and HYDROBALL LoRaWAN. It depends of the quality of the signal. If we have good quality, the battery lasts around 2-3 years with 15 minutes in activation period and a safe mode minimum.
But it's very easy to change the battery.
Yes. So, okay. We don't have any more questions. So thank you, Joaquín.
You're welcome.
For sharing this valuable case study, and thanks to everyone to join us today. We hope you find this session useful and inspiration for your own course management. A recording of the webinar will be shared with all registered participants, okay? And if you would like to learn more about HYDROBALL or discuss how it can help improve your turfs, performance and water efficiency, please visit our website. It's there in the screen. And you can contact directly to csdenodal.com, okay? Or you can contact us in info@denodal.com. Okay, so thank you very much and have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.